Based off Vestal files found in the latest Darkest Dungeon 2 update patch that overhauled the relationship system, the Vestal is widely assumed to be the next hero to be added to Darkest Dungeon 2. This is most likely to happen at the next update in January 2023. While any new hero is a welcome addition to the current roster, the Vestal is a strong choice, giving us potentially another healer and a hero usable for rank 4. This video will be some light theory crafting on how the Vestal's Darkest Dungeon 1 kit can translate into the new Darkest Dungeon 2 system. A quick look at skills. We of course have good old Mace Bash, a front rank melee attack. This ability could be easily copy pasted into Darkest Dungeon 2, changing the damage against Unholy buff into Gaunt. Adding this move is a no-brainer, giving the Vestal some playstyle diversity. Next we have Judgment, another no-brainer as a back rank ranged damaging attack. The self-heal is likely too strong to translate to the current game, although maybe it could be implemented by adding a cooldown to this move. I would love if this move added a burn dot, giving us another hero who can utilize the burn mechanic and trinkets. This could translate into a combo ranged and burn path. Dazzling Light would be another good addition. It could essentially be Vestal's pistol shot. Relatively lower damage, hitting the back 3 ranks with Days on combo to start, and a combo stun when mastered. The torch manipulation aspect probably doesn't work in this game. I believe it would be too powerful and allow for spamming to maintain light levels. Divine Comfort seems perfectly fine considering how overpowered Battlefield Medicine and Indiscriminate Science are from our current healer main. Keep the same HP threshold and have it heal a flat 25% or so. Pretty boring move overall, but I think a necessary addition to make running a comp without PD easier. This move would probably need either a use limit or a cooldown to match the Plague Doctor, although the Plague Doctor's heals are much stronger, so maybe increase the healing on this move to compensate. Divine Comfort was OP in Darkest Dungeon 1, and would be far too powerful to implement as is in Darkest Dungeon 2. My suggestion would be either to make this a 1-point AoE stress heal instead, giving us another option to heal stress. If Red Hook aren't interested in another stress heal, this could turn into a standard buff like Ounce Prevention, this time maybe providing AoE dodge on a cooldown. Either way, this is an iconic skill that should return in some fashion, but absolutely not as an AoE heal. Illumination has a place in Darkest Dungeon 2, can be similar to Tracking Shot, though a few changes to make it more viable. Stealth Reveal is not too important in Darkest Dungeon 2, but might as well keep it and hope to add more relevance to stealth in later patches. In addition, this move should ignore and remove dodge and apply combo, and in my opinion should implement a 2 or 3 point burn, but no damage. Right now we only have one burn dot main, and one other hero who applies burn at all. Adding another burn hero would make a lot more trinkets viable that are currently a waste without a runaway. Hand of Light is her last move from Darkest Dungeon 1, another front rank attack, though ranged. This is welcome to add another skill to a front rank Vestal. I would make this melee instead to incorporate into a melee path, have it be a lower damage Mace Bash that applies burn to further the idea of Vestal being the second fire dot hero. We need a few more skills for Darkest Dungeon 2, so let's first look at camping skills for inspiration. These could play into a third Vestal style, the buff Vestal, similar to Jester, as a strong alternative to ranged or melee Vestal. Bless gave accuracy and dodge in Darkest Dungeon 1. In Darkest Dungeon 2, obviously accuracy is no more. We could just copy command and have this apply dodge, probably dodge plus to be worth it, along with a blind removal for one hero, or we could give regular dodge along with a strength token, probably on a cooldown. Or in a completely different direction, this could be a single target superpowered Ounce of Prevention, giving plus 50% resist to every category, and maybe a stress resist chance as well. Next we have Chant, which could be a single target stress heal ability. Instead of just copy pasting Inspiring Tune or Bolster, this move could heal 1 to 2 stress and also provide a significant stress resist buff with a 1-turn cooldown. More options to heal stress are always welcome, especially with the relation system so reliant on stress. Prey was an AoE buff in Darkest Dungeon 1. In Darkest Dungeon 2, I'm not sure what the AoE buff could be that is both fair and good enough to use. Giving AoE block might be fine as a move. Not sure if adding a cooldown would make it viable, maybe a block plus and give it a longer cooldown. Or this could be an opening move and go with both AoE dodge and block and give it a 3-turn cooldown. Either way, more AoE buffs are very welcome in Darkest Dungeon 2, and supercharging these moves would go a long way to making buff Vestal viable in a way that support Man-at-Arms and support Plague Doctor just aren't. Finally we have Sanctuary, a strong AoE stress and HP heal. This is not viable as a combat skill, so you either cut this and add it as either her special in item or maybe a trinket, or you could do something interesting like making this an AoE heal at the cost of either Vestal HP or stress, with a use limit of 1 or 2. Balancing this would be very difficult, but would add an interesting way to play, but maybe too easily cheesed. This skill set lines us up well for 3 very distinct paths. We would have the ranged and burn path, I would probably go with application chance like the Arsonist along with a ranged damage buff in exchange for significant HP loss. Next we'd have melee Vestal. Give her extra max HP and 50% melee damage while reducing her range damage and stun and daze chance along with nerfing healing. And finally, buff Vestal could go a lot of ways. Reduce overall damage, and you could either add stress resist like Virtuoso, add extra tokens like Intermezzo, or a combination of the two, along with an increase in healing given. Should also give her dot resist or combat start block as some extra sustain. For trinkets, none of hers from Darkest Dungeon 1 match with a ranged buff, but you could just adopt one for this path. Instead of ranged damage though, I think more along the lines of doubling burn damage dealt. Of course, we need Profane Scroll to make a comeback, the iconic front rank Vestal trinket. This trinket could give a block on combat start along with additional melee damage. The healing given should not be added for Darkest Dungeon 2 though. Keep melee Vestal as a non-healer. And finally, we can bring back Sacred Scroll for additional healing given and some sort of other benefit, maybe passive AoE stress resist. Could go a lot of ways with this as the buff and healer specialist trinket. I'm very confident in the direction of the game currently. The Vestal would make an incredible addition to this game, giving us another healer, along with a versatile kit including ranged and melee damage, making her usable anywhere ranks 1 through 4. Adding to her kit from Darkest Dungeon 1, giving her both burn and stress heal would make her a well-rounded, though maybe overpowered, hero that is desperately needed to freshen up the game. I'm looking forward and currently hopeful about a potential January update. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I post new videos every day.